Welcome to 13th Planet. I'm your leader, Jason X. Today I'm going to be reviewing Beetlejuice. This is a 1988 comedy horror directed by Tim Burton. We all know this movie. As always, I will be giving a recap with spoilers and my review right after. If you have not seen this movie, get off my planet and go watch good movies. Then you can come back, okay? Let's get into it. So our story starts with the Maitland family. We have Barbara, played by Gina Davis, and her husband Adam, played by Alec Baldwin, that good-looking, handsome devil. They're in the attic exchanging gifts, and Adam has a miniature model of the whole town that they live in. Like, get a life, dude. They're living their everyday lives as normal and decide to drive into town because Adam needs some things for his model. Everything about this town is beautiful. It's green hills, colorful homes, cute little shops out, and of course, you know, you got the little barber shop, or the barber, who can talk your ear off without even realizing he's talking to himself. On the drive home, a dog jumps in front of the car, running them off the bridge, killing them both, and starting our ghostly adventure. They return home after the accident with no memory of how they got there. Strange things start to happen. Adam leaving the house and ending up in another dimension, or the netherworld. This is when we first get to see the sandworm, which is pretty awesome. Barbara has no reflection and finds the handbook for the recently deceased. We then pan to the outside of the house and go down under to the ground, and we see everyone's favorite, Beetlejuice, played by none other than Michael Keaton. He's reading the newspaper and opens to the obituary section to read about Adam and Barbara, his new targets. Now, since they're dead, their house is sold to the Dietz family. We meet Delia, the mother, played by Catherine O'Hara, possibly the worst mom in horror history, or movie history, Charles Jeffrey Jones, and the wonderful Lydia, played by Winona Ryder. Delia and her interior designer Otho get started right away decorating the house, and Delia's ugly, weird sculptures, you know, Otho's terrible interior designs. As the Dietz family goes through the house deciding how they're gonna fuck it up, Adam and Barbara try their hardest to scare them. Unfortunately for them, the Dietz family can't see them or any of their tricks. The only place that the Dietz can't access, of course, is the attic, which is where Adam and Barbara will be hiding the majority of the movie. Now, as Adam and Barbara desperately try to figure out how to get rid of the Dietz family, they once again turn to the handbook for the recently deceased. Inside, they find a flyer for Beetlejuice, which they can't find a phone number or any way to contact them. As they're reading, they look out the window and they realize that Lydia can see them. Now, suddenly, we get our Beetlejuice commercial, which just pops up automatically. And it's fucking amazing. The afterlife leading bioexorcist. Also, he'll eat anything you want him to eat, and he'll swallow anything you want him to swallow. Chew on a dog. Ow! I know. It wasn't that good though. Adam and Barbara draw a door in the brick of the attic, and they're gone. They enter the afterlife waiting room, complete with a sawed-off in half assistant, a shark attack man, a guy who swallowed a huge bone, a camper who died by a snake, and our hunter. They meet Juno, their caseworker, who explains some of the rules. It really runs different in the afterlife because when they get back, the house is completely gutted and changed. You know, when they thought they were gone just for a few minutes, they were gone for months. Juno gives them the lowdown in Beetlejuice and says he was an old assistant who went rogue, and advises the Maitland family to stay away from him and scare the Dietz family on their own. Taking a page from the Michael Myers handbook, they try to scare the family with sheets over their heads, and of course it fails terribly. This is when we find out for sure that Lydia can see them and talks to them. Finally, with no other option, they summon Beetlejuice. They get transported to Adam's little model of the town, and we finally see Beetlejuice in all his glory. Kissing Barbara, trying to get it in. He uses a car salesman type of flair and cracks, you know, kind of like a crackhead type of look and energy to him. He has me cracking up this whole scene. You know, when he's asked if he could, you know, do anything scary, he does one of these, like, of course he can. Proves to him he could do the whole thing, calls Adam his Armano. You know, the Maitland family doesn't want to give up. They have our famous dinner scene. They somehow take over everyone's body, gets them to sing Deo, and unfortunately for the Maitland family, the Dietz absolutely love the experience and want to take it to the next level as a tourist attraction. The Dietz family breaks into the attic, Otho steals the handbook for the recently deceased, and now It's unlike Donkey Kong. Beetlejuice scares the shit out of the Dietz family on the way down from the attic, turning into a snake, throwing people around, but good grief, it still doesn't scare the Dietz family. It's not enough to get them out. Beetlejuice goes to the strip club. Juno summons Adam and Barbara, tells them that they are fuck-ups. Lydia wants to commit suicide, and Otho is planning on summoning the ghost for a dinner party. The guests of our dinner party arrive. Maxie Dean and Otho starts his ritual. Barbara and Adam appear at the center of the dinner party looking like flesh and blood, but they slowly start to deteriorate because they seem to be in pain and looking disgusting. Lydia begins to freak out because she doesn't know what else to do. She summons Beetlejuice for the second time around, and the real fun starts. This is one of the funnest and visually striking scenes in the movie. Beetlejuice becomes the headmaster of a carnival, putting the dinner guests through a macabre game of sorts. He puts the Maitlands back to their normal form and plans on forcing our little Lydia through a shotgun wedding, minus the baby. Adam and Barbara, they try desperately to stop the wedding, and after some fun shenanigans, Barbara drugged a sandworm, taking Beetlejuice out. The Dietz and the Maitland family live happily ever after in the perfect harmony under the same roof. We get our last fun, amazing scene of Lydia dancing to Jump in the Line. Beetlejuice is stuck in the waiting room of the afterlife or the netherworld, and it looks like he's going to be there for a while. We'll do a photo shoot, for GQ. It's about an hour, hour and a half. Yeah, they've been after me for a while. Months. Doing some kind of underwear deal. I don't know what. Let's go ahead and get into my review and start with the score. From the opening right down to the very end of this movie, the music in this is perfect in every scene. Most people, let's be honest, they know Deo and Jump in the Line from this movie. It keeps everything dark and fun at the same time, which is, perfect combo when it comes to the scary and the unknown. Every scene in this movie is complemented. Beautiful song. It has such an artistic approach to every detail. Even as a child, this movie creeped me out, but it was so fun at the same time. It's just the perfect blend. The way they marketed this movie, even down to the cover, made it seem like Beetlejuice was going to be the main character of this movie. But the spotlight is shared so well across the board with the Maitland family, the Dietz family, and Beetlejuice, who doesn't even get fully involved in the movie till about 45 minutes in. The pace of this is amazing. The acting of everyone in this movie keeps you drawn in the whole time. You kind of forget that, Beetlejuice is absent for most of the beginning of it. You can tell that every scene in this movie has, it was meticulously planned right down to a piece of paper on the floor. The makeup of Michael Keaton was so good you can barely even recognize him. It was actually, Michael Keaton's idea for the crazy hair and the green fungus or mold around his head. There's so much fun Easter eggs in this movie as well, that makes it worth watching over and over again. Like the carnival scene, when Beetlejuice has the carousel around his head, you can see the bat wings around his head, kind of, foreshadowing, Batman obviously. You also get the little skeleton. In the same scene, you get the little skeleton that looks like Jack Skellington, and of course the sandworm, which you all see in The Nightmare Before Christmas. So my rating for this movie was easy, 10 out of 10. Love this movie, it's perfect. I'm glad that Tim Burton made the changes to the script, making the film more lighthearted. I can't wait for Beetlejuice 2. I hope they fucking do it. Keeping our fingers crossed. Let's make it happen. I know it's been a while, guys, but as always, thank you so much for joining me today. I will have another review for you guys coming soon. If you have any movie requests or you just want to reach out, you can reach me at Jason13Planet. Please like and share this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. Join me next week on 13th Planet, where it's a world of possibilities.